Alright, well, I'm down in the living room right now because everybody is away. Um, it's a weird situation when everybody's away, but all of the kids are out for the weekend. Um, we had a full day. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just dead tired. And I wanted to shoot down here to show that, hey, this is a good spot to shoot videos. There's normally kids crawling everywhere down here. Um, and there's realities with me on my channel that I'm not sure if everybody gets. When you have a 3-bedroom home and you have 4 kids and 2 adults and 4 cats, the idea that, hey, Shannon, you should have a nice quiet place to do your videos. Okay, it's a miracle if I can get 10 minutes of quiet at all. So, right now, yeah, absolutely. It's 11 o'clock at night my time. I am dead. I've been up for 20 hours. We had to drive into Vancouver and drive back. So our day has been fun. There was a wreck. I'm not sure if people in Vancouver watch the news or pay attention, but there was a wreck. Had to have been on the news. I would think 6 o'clock news would have had it. I think we counted 6 cars that were involved. It was coming through Surrey just before the Burnaby area. And seriously, we got there just after it happened. Like, there was very little between where we were stopped and the actual accident took place. So everybody looked like they were okay. I didn't see anybody who was stuck in their vehicles, but there was smoke from 2 of them, and there wasn't even any ambulance or fire on the scene. So and everybody was on their cell phones. So we were fresh on the scene of that accident, and then there were at least 3 others that we almost witnessed accidents, because at this time of year, Friday's a horrible day to be traveling, and everybody's getting in or out of the city, and it's just horrible. So there's that. So I didn't see the games tonight. I know that St. Louis got the win tonight, so no sweep there. I'd like to see a full 7-game series. I also know that the Oilers, I did see the end of the Oilers game, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. So the Blues gear is kind of misleading, but I've been wearing a lot of Oilers gear for a while, so I figured I'd throw the Blues on. Connor McDavid is a distraction to the Ducks. Seemingly, they're so bound and determined not to let Connor beat them that they're getting beat everywhere else. Tonight, Cam Talbot, 40 saves. Oilers fans were enraged that he did not get nominated for Vezina. And it's pure numbers. I get that he played more games. I get that he won more games. Save percentage is a number that everybody's obsessed with. And because of that number, he didn't fall in the top 3. And Carey Price had the iffy middle, but he had the strong finish and he had the strong start. So people ignored the iffy middle. And because it's Carey Price, your name will get you votes. But, Talbot's playing like a madman, and Connor McDavid is skating great, not getting fantastic looks or fantastic shots, but it's opening up the game for everybody else. Maroon again comes through, and Maroon comes through against a team that's still paying part of his salary, so that's got to kind of bother Anaheim a little bit, just a little. And it's great to see. It's great to see Anaheim down 2-0. This is fantastic. If you're the Oilers, don't get too cocky about it. I remember a young Nordiques crew being up 2-0 on Montreal, and they were steamrolling, and then it just fell apart in 4 in a row, but from Montreal. I'm not saying that will happen to Edmonton. I'm just saying that Todd McClellan has to keep his boys' heads on straight, and make sure that they come out for Game 3 ready to really nail this series down. That's the key. Just absolutely drill these guys into the ground. Don't let them up. Don't give them hope. get them down 3-0, and then the series is over. And then I will be so happy to be wrong. Any Oilers fans who think, haha, Shannon's going to be mad if the Oilers win, I will be overjoyed if the Ducks are out. Absolutely. I cannot stand the Ducks. And I felt that way for about 10 years. So it was funny that they were talking about the Oilers knocking out the Ducks in 2006. Because in that series, I was cheering for the Ducks. I was. I hated Chris Pronger a lot. I had hated Chris Pronger for quite some time. And when he was in Edmonton, I hated them too. Then he moved to Anaheim, and I hated them after. So it moved. But we'll see what happens in Game 3. Tomorrow at noon hour my time, so I gotta, get to bed, get some rest, because I'm really overtired. I've been sleeping 3 or 4 hours a night this week. Ottawa's at home to the Rangers, and this is a huge game for Ottawa. If they can go up 2-0 on the Rangers, could have some quick series, because Pittsburgh has a even chance. I'll say 50-50 chance of going over against Washington and going up 2-0, and they're on the road too. So Pittsburgh can put Washington in the same position as Anaheim is against the Oilers, which is bad. And at this point, the Hockey News cover that showed McDavid and Crosby, staring at each other and head-on collision, maybe that's coming. Maybe the Oilers and the Penguins are going to happen. It would be great for hockey. It really would. It would be fantastic for hockey. Other playoff-related note that I wanted to talk about is Ottawa. Apparently, there were a lot of tickets that went unsold for the first game in the second round against the Rangers. And Ottawa fans are mad because tickets start at $96. Regular season tickets for the Canucks at the start of the season were higher than $96. Where we sat, the face value for the ticket where we sat at the 2 games we were there were $106. And you have to pay $30 for parking if you park near the stadium in Vancouver too. So I'm kind of surprised at Oilers or Senators fans saying, well, they got to bring the price point down. $96 for a playoff game is relatively low in Canada. I know it's a lot of money to regular people. The idea is that the corporates are the ones buying the tickets. And maybe the corporate support in Ottawa isn't as strong as it is in other cities. Because a lot of the seats that sit empty in Vancouver, they're corporate seats. So the NHL doesn't care they're empty, and really neither do the Canucks. Yeah, they'd love to have a whole full stadium. But at the end of the day, they've still made the money. It's sort of like if I go to a movie theater and I give them $20 for tickets, and then Yvonne and I decide, well, we don't want to see this, and we go home, but we've paid for the tickets. Nobody cares that we didn't go into the theater and watch the movie. That's not important. What's important is they got our money. So, do I think Ottawa has a problem? Yes. If people aren't paying for playoff tickets, there's a problem, especially round 2. Round 1, I can kind of understand. I know the Detroit Red Wings for a while there, if it was round 1, nobody even paid attention. It was sort of like, call us back when it's the conference finals, when the games are important. But this is important. This is, the second round, and the Senators have a chance to do something special. So, complaining about ticket prices when they're a lot lower than they are in Vancouver or Toronto. And again, if the Canucks were in the playoffs, I could not afford to go to a game. So I'm not saying you should be able to afford to go to a game. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the population to support the team in Ottawa, and from what I've heard, the building kind of being in the middle of nowhere, is a problem as well. There's a lot of challenges that face the Senators. And eventually, at some point, they're going to face the long-term stability of that franchise. So there's that to consider. Anyways, let me know in the comments below who you think's going to win tomorrow night's game and by how much. And again, if you predict overtime, and there is no overtime, and there's been no overtime yet in this year's second round. You lose the points for predicting how many goals they went by. So, and if I seem a little bit out of it, I did have a little bit of alcohol before making this video. I will admit that after we got home, I watched the rest of the game, and then we watched an episode of Simpsons. So I apologize, but you know, it's the first time we've had alone together with no kids in months, so it's kind of nice. And anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that there's no children around this weekend. Tomorrow we've got a date for the draft lottery. I expect to see you guys there. I intend to go live again from my phone, and we're gonna do this. I think this could be the item that really blows the channel up. So I'm gonna discuss a couple other things tomorrow. I actually had made a video on my phone tonight, but it didn't work for whatever reason, and I'm gonna have to try that at another time. But you know, just to give you guys kind of an inside view as to why some of the suggestions people are making, which sound completely reasonable, are completely unfathomable in my living conditions as they are. So, you know, I'll get into that tomorrow. But thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are out there. That means a lot. And I'll talk to you all again soon.